Alright, so remember that earthquake, that 5.4 that struck West Texas, which was actually upgraded from a 5.3 to a 5.4? Keep in mind this took place while a giant coronal hole was facing the Earth, or at least a little south of the equator of the sun. Well, articles being released just minutes ago are all saying that this thing caused damage hundreds of miles away. What? Oh, we are definitely going to be breaking this down right here, right now. Let's go. Alright, my friends, welcome back. It is November 18th, 2022, and you are looking at the exact epicenter of where this earthquake took place. Now, very quickly, being a YouTuber with a voice is hard enough as it is, but being a YouTuber without a voice is basically impossible, and that's the situation I've been in. I have not had a voice in over 2 weeks now. I've been all sorts of sick, and by all sorts, I really mean all sorts. But we are back, and we are here to talk about this 5.4 earthquake that was actually upgraded for once on the USGS from a 5.3 to a 5.4. We're going to zoom into this area because it's pretty remote, and you would think an earthquake that takes place in a remote area would not cause too much damage around the surrounding areas, at least within 100 miles with this size earthquake. But we're in a different area of the world. This is Texas, and this was a shallow earthquake. In fact, if you look over here in the bottom left corner, it was 6.9 kilometers in depth according to the USGS. Now again, this is the USGS, so maybe it was even a little more shallow. Who knows? But the point is that in articles released today and just overnight last night are quite literally saying this thing caused damage in San Antonio, Texas. Now, for those of you that don't know where San Antonio, Texas is, we're going to show you exactly where. Here is the epicenter of the earthquake. I'm going to draw a line all the way to San Antonio, way over here in basically southern Texas, over 350 miles away. We're looking at 361 miles, and that's based off of the fact that I just drew an average line right here, but that is absolutely insane. Now, before we get into where I believe the sun played a part in this situation, I'm just going to read you the latest updates on what's going on here. And this won't be easy because my voice is just coming back, but here we go. A strong earthquake that struck a remote area of the West Texas desert caused damage in San Antonio, hundreds of miles from the epicenter. University Health said Thursday that its Robert B. Greene historical building was deemed unsafe because of damage sustained from the quake, which hit on Wednesday in a remote area near the New Mexico border. The historical building is more than 100 years old and has been closed off for safety reasons. The quake initially had a 5.3 magnitude but was revised upwards to a 5.4. The earthquake's epicenter was about 23 miles or 37 kilometers south of Mentone, a tiny community about 350 miles northwest of San Antonio. 350 miles. It was one of the strongest earthquakes on record in Texas and hit in an area known for oil and gas production. Now think about that. Think about the word fracking. If you don't know what that means, go look it up. The U.S. Geological Survey said research suggests that a 5.0 magnitude quake that struck the same West Texas area in 2020 was the result of a large increase of wastewater injection in the region. So, in a nutshell, what they're trying to say is that due to the large amount of fracking, which is the production of oil and literally shooting wastewater into the ground to then uplift oil, and then we see these rigs all the time everywhere. They're all over the United States, but particularly West Texas is a huge oil production area. They are saying that because of this, that the 5.0 earthquake in 2020 and also this 5.4 earthquake, which is probably closer to a 5.7, was caused by the fact that they actually think that the ground underneath West Texas is being changed because of the fact that we keep fracking in these areas. Now, before I let you guys go, it's just a theory here, but we have been talking about the sun being the cause of earthquakes. In fact, it's being studied and actually being proven that the sun does in fact cause earthquakes due to solar wind hitting the Earth's magnetic field. Now, you're looking at November 16th right now, and see this giant coronal hole right here? Just because it's south of where the Earth lines up with the sun does not mean that this did not cause solar wind to hit Earth. In fact, it did. Now, if I move one day forward to the 17th, we could see see that it basically moved right underneath Earth. And then as we move into today, you could see that we are dead center or south center of this giant coronal hole. This thing is absolutely massive. You don't really see coronal holes this big that often. At least we haven't in a while. So it's absolutely possible that the solar wind hitting the Earth's magnetic field, in fact, we just got through a solar storm and about to go through another because of this coronal hole, could be the cause of this earthquake. And in another video, I'm going to show you guys that during that 2020 earthquake, we were also dealing with a high amount of solar wind. So this could be a coincidence, or it could in fact be this fracking situation going on with the wastewater being shot into the earth, causing the earth's crust in that area, such as West Texas, to be weakened and then be prone to earthquakes. Very, very interesting situation going on in West Texas right now. Two large earthquakes. In fact, this earthquake was the third largest to ever hit Texas ever. And as more info comes out about this earthquake, you know I'll be posting it here because I can now speak. My friends, I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch this video. For those of you that don't know, just moments ago, well actually a few hours ago, we just had a 6.8 earthquake, downgraded from a 7.1 in an area just south of where one of the biggest tsunamis ever took place. So we need to keep an eye on this as well. In fact, I'm going to look into this right after I post this video. But shout out to Canada, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye. Stop right there, my friends. If you have not already, click that subscribe button and don't forget to hit the bell icon. Click all and you will get all notifications from this channel. And trust me, you won't be disappointed.